Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into the top 10 shocking global events happening right now. Stay tuned to get all the details. From the escalating conflict in Gaza to simmering tensions between superpowers, the world seems to be holding its breath. We're seeing a confluence of crises, each with the potential to ignite into something far more dangerous. Our goal tonight is to cut through the noise and give you a clear-eyed view of what's happening, why it matters, and what it might mean for the future. Once again, the streets of Gaza City are stained with the blood of innocents. 30 Palestinians, many of them civilians, killed in a recent escalation of violence. What sparked this latest round of bloodshed? And what does it mean for the already fragile hopes of peace in the region? This isn't just another tragic headline. It's a stark reminder of the human cost of this intractable conflict. We'll examine the root causes of the violence, the role of both sides, and the international community's response or lack thereof. The United Nations Relief and Works Agency, UNRWA, a lifeline for millions of Palestinian refugees, has reported being attacked over 450 times since October. These attacks, many say, directly target humanitarian aid and essential services, leaving the most vulnerable even more exposed. We'll investigate these accusations, examining the evidence and hearing from those on the ground. We'll also explore the broader implications of these attacks on international law and the principles of humanitarian aid. With tensions rising between Israel and Hezbollah, Egyptian officials are racing against time to prevent the conflict from spilling over into Lebanon. This is a high-stakes diplomatic gambit with the potential to ignite a regional conflagration. We'll delve into the complex web of alliances and rivalries in the region, analyzing the motivations of the key players and the potential consequences if diplomacy fails. The Biden administration's decision to resume shipments of 500-pound bombs to Israel has sent shockwaves through the international community. Critics argue this move will only escalate the violence and further destabilize the region. We'll analyze the rationale behind this controversial decision, examining the potential military and political ramifications. Is this a necessary show of support for an ally or a reckless provocation that could backfire? NATO's declaration that Ukraine is on a path to membership, coupled with the US decision to send F-16 fighter jets, has dramatically escalated tensions with Russia. This is a watershed moment, signaling a deepening commitment from the West to Ukraine's defense. But is this the right move? We'll explore the potential consequences of Ukraine's NATO aspirations, both for the country itself and for the broader geopolitical landscape. China has condemned NATO's eastward expansion, accusing the alliance of Cold War thinking and warning of the dangers of stoking global divisions. This is a clear sign of Beijing's growing unease with the West's increasing support for Ukraine. We'll analyze China's response, examining its motivations and its potential to further inflame global tensions. Is this the start of a new Cold War, as some fear? The Kremlin has issued an arrest warrant for Yulia Navalnaya, the widow of jailed opposition leader Alexei Navalny. This latest move is seen by many as a desperate attempt to silence dissent and crush any remaining opposition to Putin's rule. We'll provide context on Navalny's case, his ongoing struggle against the Kremlin, and the broader crackdown on dissent in Russia. We'll also examine the international community's response and its efforts to hold Putin accountable. A damning new UN report has found Uganda responsible for supporting the M23 rebel group in the Democratic Republic of Congo. These rebels have been accused of widespread atrocities, including mass killings and sexual violence. We'll dive into the report's findings, examining the evidence of Uganda's involvement and the implications for regional stability. We'll also explore the international community's response and its efforts to hold those responsible accountable. In a deeply controversial move, House Republicans have passed a bill requiring voters to prove their US citizenship in order to vote in federal elections. Critics argue this legislation is a thinly veiled attempt to suppress voter turnout, particularly among minority and low-income communities. We'll examine the arguments for and against the bill, exploring its potential impact on voter access and election integrity. We'll also analyze the political motivations behind this legislation and its potential to further divide an already polarized nation. In an unprecedented move, Democrats have introduced articles of impeachment against Supreme Court Justices Clarence Thomas and Samuel Alito. The charges stem from allegations of ethical breaches and conflicts of interest. We'll delve into the specific accusations against the justices, analyzing the evidence and the legal arguments. We'll also explore the likelihood of a successful impeachment and the potential impact on the Supreme Court and American politics. The world is facing an unsettling confluence of crises, each demanding our attention. From the bloodshed in Gaza to the escalating tensions between superpowers, the stakes have never been higher. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by the sheer scale of these challenges, but we can't afford to tune out. We must stay informed, engage in meaningful dialogue, and demand accountability from our leaders. The future, quite literally, may depend on it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more updates on global events. See you next time.